Well, GM. G to the AM. Great morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out and anyone in between. Welcome back and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. Woo! Whoa! So I had to let it out. It got me feeling good. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, let me be the first to let you know on this beautiful Wednesday morning, we got one hell of a show on tap for you here. It's episode 647 or 648. Is it 647? 648? 647. I'm sorry. I wrote down 648 on the damn agenda. It is 647. My bad. Hey, sometimes I make a mistake. I'm not perfect. In a previous former earlier life of mine, I wouldn't have been able to admit that. But here I am this morning, a changed man. And hopefully this show can do that for you here today too, if maybe you need to make a few changes in your life. Because it's January the 15th, 2025, and I hope you're ready to come alive. Because we got more motivation, more inspiration, more high-level conversation, and good vibration coming your way over the course of the next hour and a half or so, then you're going to know what to do with, baby. But before we get into those aforementioned vibes and we get on this proverbial show train and get it steaming on down towards the tracks of change, we must humbly ask you to do a few things, a few favors, if you will, for Forge and Fuel. If you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so this morning, maybe you could take a quick second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell right down there over yonder as well. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button. Little thumbs up looks just like that right down there too, accompanied by the share and the comment and the copy link, all that good stuff over there. If you're watching on the tube or the U variety, maybe you're watching on Rumble, and if so, maybe you could smash that subscribe button. Maybe you could hit a notification bell. Maybe you could smash that like button as well if you're enjoying the show over there on old Rumble. And maybe your way to watch this program, your program viewing platform of pleasure, if you will, is X. Maybe you're watching on the old X app right now. And maybe if you are, you could hit a like, hit a quote post, hell, even hit a repost. Let the people know on the X timeline why you're tuned in live in prime time here to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, if you are listening to this podcast, or maybe even watching on your favorite podcast directory, like Apple, Amazon, or maybe even Spotify, maybe you could take a quick second to give us a like, maybe share this podcast, maybe give us a follow, or even leave us a 5-star rating. Hell, just smash the shit out of whatever buttons you currently see on your screen, because it only helps us grow on all those platforms as well. Nah, man. As for all you beautiful humming beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in, live in prime time, we can't thank you enough for showing up here to Forge and Fuel today. And also hitting those buttons, baby. They only help us grow and flow. But maybe you're here tuned into the show and you haven't given them an old blam, or maybe an old pow, or maybe an old kapow, and help that algorithm get going this morning. And you might say, I don't need to do that. What's my purpose of doing that? Well, maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe my hammer attacked me. Oh, pause. Maybe the show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show makes you think. Maybe this show makes you go, I ain't ever thought of it that way before. That's some very good perspective come from the other side of the screen. Well, if so, don't be a host, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program.
Don't be rude.
Yes, that's right, my friends. It's 45 and soon to be 47 in 5 short days from now. Just told you, don't be rude. Because this is going to be a huge day. And I'm guessing maybe you could hear below, but somebody is fucking mad today. Oh, yes. Don't be rude because somebody doesn't. Oh, Swirl One, yes, you can hear it. They're not happy at all. And you know what I would absolutely love is for that cum guzzling piece of shit.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
You know why?
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
So I could just straight fucking watch him just crumble like a sack of potatoes in the middle of the hallway and then come back and say, hi, everyone. How we doing? I just killed that man. Oh, that's what I would love to do. But We'll see if God blesses me with that opportunity here this morning. Who's to say, who's to know? But I'm on fire and I'm feeling fucking spectacular and I'm not turning down the vibes. And it is not my fucking problem how you feel this morning. It's time to wake up. It's time to get your day started. It's time to come alive. Because you've heard DEEZYY in the building, my man, your guy, the lightweight slanging, iron pumping, man, myth, legend. I wasn't even really being that fucking loud. What's the fucking problem? What's the deal? You know what? Boy, oh boy. Hey, share this show. We got to grow so I can get the fuck out of this hellhole. Who's to say, who's to know? All right. That's the new goal. We need a fucking studio. So share this shit. I'm sick and fucking tired of saying, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh my gosh, you changed my life. And then you don't share it. And you don't fucking subscribe. And you don't turn on notifications. And you don't put it out on a timeline. Now is my call to action. You just heard it live in prime time. I'm sick of the fucking shit. I want to grow. I want to go to a new level. But we don't do that without you. So if you could help, please and thank you. Now, shout out to DEEZYY. Live in the building, my guy. There was also another man live in the chat. Stop. Man, imagine if I just beat his ass with that fucking plastic hammer. Just took that out there and just beat the dog shit out of him with that fucking thing. Either way, there was another man who needs to join us on this show to make it a complete intro, baby. He is the forge to my fuel, the fire to my ice, the yin to my yang. My friends, he is the man, the myth, the legend, the owner of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
He is the lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will.
What?
A professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog, taking a few weeks away from the turntables. But I guarantee you, the next time he's around and he plugs up and he starts to spin some records around, you're going to say, by golly goodness, is that a iPod or is that a humming being over there? My gosh, he's a humming iPod.
What?
A purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
Curator of high-level energies.
What?
Certified PLP pusher.
What?
The jet plane flying.
What?
Camry driving.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
Jesus piece dangling.
What?
Taco devouring.
What?
Margarita smashing.
What?
New resident of the Chicagoland area.
What?
My friends, sweet James Jones himself.
What?
The one and only. With an emphasis on the what.
What?
He's Mr. Turned Up himself. DJ Swirl One. Oh, that's you below me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
Yeah, I apologize. I was just trying to add some effects to the show.
You just were making the show funner. Okay.
Yeah,
shit.
I was just making the show even better. A
Okay.
little more high stakes when you know that the people under the... I called her Broomhilda. That's her name now. Broomhilda.
Oh, you should see her. She kind of looks like that.
It's probably like, I don't know, maybe a Griselda / Broomhilda, dude. It's got to be because
she's north of $3 bills. She's a big
I
girl.
guarantee she's not walking up any steps right now. The closest she's going to get to your stairs is going to be like, conk, conk, conk.
Yeah, and he's got a hitch in his step, and he don't get around all too good, but he still thinks he's a 25-year-old filled with piss and vinegar, and boy, I would fuck his world up this morning.
You probably feel a vinegar, but it doesn't smell that good. Shout out everybody in here. Man,
what we talked about last night, I am way too or yesterday morning, I'm way too old to be fighting.
I said that shit yesterday. We were talking about this yesterday. It was a great conversation afterwards in the green room. Not that green room right there, but the actual green room. So good morning, everybody. Hey, regardless of how Capp's neighbors feel this morning, we're not mad about it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make it happen regardless. And you know what the good thing is? If they just tuned into the show, they would know that was funny. And they'd be like, oh, that was kind of cool. Maybe we got to stop doing that. Because, these guys are pretty cool. They would like what we say. But you know what? Maybe they wouldn't, because they could be part of the 99%ers out there that just will never change. So
can I tell you how I know they are? And then carry on with your intro? Well, this guy told you he's got a little hitch in his step, right? So he needs a handicapped spot. We didn't have any handicapped spots in the parking garage. Parking lot. Make a long story short, the homeowners association went out of their way to make a fucking handicap spot. The sign, the paint, the everything. Took them a whole shigdo. the leader of the HOA, the president of the HOA, as soon as the spot was done, she parked in the spot, had to run into her unit, and then ran back out. And the moment that she did that, he called the cops on her and told them somebody parked in the spot and got her a $250 ticket. They are fucking insane, my friend. It ain't me. I ain't loud at all. They just don't want to wake up right now, and they can suck my left toe, baby.
Well, I didn't want to wake up this morning either, but Dante V8 was in my DMs at 4:45. Going,
oh, he's cool. He's a getter.
Bro, what is going on? And I looked, it was 4:45. Now my alarm goes off at 5:05. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just get up. So I got up, and so I've been up for a while. I've been ready to rock. So I understand how people can be when they don't want you to sleep in. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, that's not what the show's about. Let me do a little bit further to help get Capp out of that little predicament he's in. This little device right here could really help him, okay? If you were to go in this device and you were to go click, 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 click with those opposable thumbs and share this to somebody you know that doesn't get on these apps, that would be a big deal. There's somebody out there that you know for a fact they don't get on the X app. They don't get on YouTube. They don't get on Rumble. They don't even listen to a podcast. And they were like, I really want to get into some podcasts. And you always talk about something that you listen to. What's some good ones that I can listen to? Well, I'll tell you. It is called Forge and Fuel, and it's brought by these amazing human beings right here, straight to you every single morning with as much class and style as we can bring at 7 a.m. in the Central Time Zone. So please do that. That would be outstanding. Until then, make sure you have a little cup of Joe because, well, mine is doing really well right now, but I have a little carafe right over here, and it's still heated. So check that out. It says it's been heating for 18 minutes now. So, I mean, every time I go like this, it's going to be steaming hot. Okay, so here you go, Capp, right here.
Good morning, Vietnam. I kind of sounded like Leonardo DiCaprio right there in that, the movie about where he's a Hollywood actor. Oh, here it comes. That's kind of what it sounded like.
It's true. Water too, my friends. This right here is a big deal. I've already slammed a whole one of these this morning because, my friends, I will not be getting the mouth of the cotton variety during this entire show.
That's where I'm at.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm all about the room temperature water. I don't like really cold water. If you can just give me the room temperature, I will slam this bottle in 2 seconds for you. So there's that. That's what I got to say. That's how I'm starting it off today. Got my grandpa shirt on. I'm going to hit me a nice, man, I'm really sore yesterday from my pool day. I'm telling you, as I try to lift my arms and do these things, sore.
Yep, 100%.
Going to crush it.
I feel that. I had a nice pull day yesterday as well. All around's feeling real good. All the way up from the bottom, lats to the back of the traps. We're feeling real good for sure. I got it. Oh, wow. Now that you mention it, and my legs are really feeling good. Okay, it's been a good start to the week so far, apparently in the gym. Been a good start to the week here so far at J&J. So, what? J&J, fuck, F&F. Man, how about a Freudian slip? It has been a week for Freudian slips or what?
Bruh.
Damn.
It's okay. F&F. It's okay. We're going to figure out how to speak English one of these episodes. It's only been 647 of them. So,
what are you going to do? F&F, Forge and Fuel. Yeah, who's to say, who's to know? Let's keep it going. Obviously, that's going to keep going. More Freudian slips, more not knowing how to speak English. So let's begin the only way we know how. My friends, a little laughing. I do like warm water better than I like cold water.
It is so much better.
Because your body's not cold. The inside of your body's not cold.
You know what? I've also read that cold water is not good for your stomach. I've heard that. I've read it a couple of different times. And I always think about that, and I know how it can shock my stomach. So even when I feed Buddy, I make sure he gets room temperature water because I don't want to shock his little roots down there as I try to put him some water in. So I always make sure this water is a certain temperature before I douse him because I care.
Wow. What a good guy you are, Swirl One. What a great guy. Yeah. Jeez. I don't care what DZ says about you.
Me neither. Shit.
Hey, speaking of, let's say hi to that chicken sucker. Hey, DWZYY, how you feeling this morning, my guy? What's up, buddy?
Great. Hey, great morning, boys. Man,
great morning, D's.
I can't believe that one was extremely loud this morning. That fucking broom on the ceiling, that was the loudest it's ever been on the show. So great start there. At least we're impacting lives in one way or another.
Who's to say? Who's to know? Shout out,
hey,
D's.
I'm ready for another great show, so let's get into it.
Shout out, D's. We love you, bro. Appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Shout out, Guy. All right, let's get into it. You know how we get down. One time for the one time. A little morning laugh, or should I say morning laughs this morning. I got two of them. One time for the one time. First one, we're going to carry on from our vehicular topic of yesterday morning. And we are going to a car meet. And you might have saw this floating around X, or maybe you didn't. This is the first time you're seeing it here this morning.
You know, car meets are my thing, bro. I'm a full car guy.
Yeah, you know, and then sometimes, you know, maybe they put up some cones and maybe some barricades if they're extra safe. And guys like to start doing donuts, you know, if they get real crazy, right?
I'm not a fan of that, but that's okay.
I know that's not my shindig, because things like what you're about to watch could happen to you. So, my friends, if you see somebody going round and 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 getting closer and closer and closer to that cone, maybe you should step away from said cone before you get coned. Oh! Run. Oh my.
Dude, that thing hit so hard.
Shit, bro. It flattened. And you know how hard it is to flatten a cone?
Those things are not
Bro. Oh my gosh. Dude. He's dead. He's dead.
I feel so bad for him, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Those glasses are done for. Let's just say that.
Oh, what a way to wake up.
Okay, so I do like drifting. That's different. That's a different kind of donut. That's an actual drifting event. There is something I've always learned about drifting events. You don't want to be in that spot, because not only is that flying through the air, but all the chunks of rubber that's coming off of those tires, they hit you like, I mean, at 100 miles an hour. I always stay on the entry of that, not on the exit or the apex, because then I can see them come in. And by the time they've committed, I don't have to worry about that. But God bless that guy. That did not. I promise you, he felt that the next day. I guarantee.
Bro, he's felt it for the next 3 months. Bro, the whiplash, bro. What is a fucking traffic cone? Less than a pound?
No, that one's like probably 3 or 4 pounds. That's a big one.
3 or 4 pounds. I guess that was a bigger one. Either way, bro, 3 or 4 pounds to fucking
might even be heavier.
you like that.
Have you ever picked up one of the real ones like that?
Oh, yeah.
I
ain't no dummy. I work construction.
7 pounds, bro. They're not light.
I don't know, 6, 7 pounds.
The real thick ones that are like tall, they're no joke, dude. Dude, think about this.
Yeah, maybe
You're in the middle of the street.
Hey, put that back on the damn screen, Deez.
When a car picks one up, that you know it's there.
My bad. Put it back on the screen, Deez. Go ahead. I mean, yeah, that motherfucker, man. Yeah, that. Oh, and it's got the bass on it. It's got
that's
that
a
bass
big
on
one.
it too.
Bro, whoever got that video, good for them. Like, that was it.
Bro, and seeing it, run it all the way back. I'm gonna run it all the way back to you. Seeing it in real time, because it just happens so fast. Watch it just happens. Look, he's turned. He's not even paying attention, bro. So fast. So fast.
That's good. That was a nice trick. You're supposed to do that.
100%. I mean, hey. He was doing a good job, but maybe he was standing.
Blue said 7 pounds. I am correct. They are heavy. They're about 7 pounds. I've lifted.
You know what? Blue probably does interact with those cones on a day in and day out basis. Now that I think about that, who's to say? Who's to know? All right. Well, there you go. There's your first one. Not really kind of a laugh, but this one's more of a laugh. That one I just had to follow up because I was like, what the? Maybe more of a.
It was kind of funny.
A morning. What the fuck? Who's to say? I mean, yeah, it was kind of funny. Because that kind of sucks too, but shit. But this one here is real funny. All right. This also features a car, but it also features a young man and his dog. And you know, Sometimes you leave things in the back seat of your vehicle that you forget in the back seat of your vehicle. And the next thing you know, you open the back door to the back seat of your vehicle, and your animal that was in the back seat of your vehicle has got into those things that were in the back seat of your vehicle. And now you know you are in for a long 24 hours.
Oh, no.
My friends, this sweet puppy Doge has gotten into the fun guys.
Fucking shrooms in the backseat. I done left the dog.
He's on another planet.
I don't know. Poor dude.
It's gonna be alright, dog.
You'll be alright, dog.
Be alright.
You'll be alright, dog.
You know exactly how he's feeling.
I know you ain't sleep. Your feet moving. Babe. Babe. What the fuck? Babe. Yeah, that bullshit. Babe.
Oh, this poor dude. This poor dog.
Babe. Hey.
He's trying so hard.
I want to see the after effect. Does the dog start talking? That's all I gotta know. Does the dog start talking?
That could be potential, but that dog, oh my goodness. Before and after, he's just a little happy, sitting in the back seat, a little happy. And all that. What the fuck is going on?
Well, because he had the little butterflies happening right off the bat. But he's sitting there like, and the ears were perked up because he could hear everything. He's like sonar, dude. This guy can see sound.
Bro, that boy was tripping. Their senses are already 500 times stronger than ours. Can you imagine? He was probably seeing every dimension right there, and just, why are there 5,000 people and different beings right here in front of us? Stop fucking talking to me, dude. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy, dude. Oh, the old shroomy dog. Who's to say, who's to know? Deez, give me just a quick view of the big eyes, ears cocked back.
Fucking shrooms in the backseat. I done left the dog.
I just need that visual in my life. I just need. If you've taken mushrooms, you know exactly how that poor little fella feels. Oh, there is your morning laughs, my friends. Holy shit. Woo! Well, a couple of reminders.
Oh, that poor puppy.
You can send your own clips into the show, either to me, Swirl, Deez, or you can email them along with your questions or anything else you might like to ask us here on the show, or perspective that you would like us to share, to our show email. That is askfnf@thedhmgroup.com. No, .io, sorry. Forgot my own damn website. AskF, the letter N, F, @thedhmgroup.io. Right down there in the ticker, don't you know? So if you got any clips, you got any questions, you got any thoughts, send them our way. We'd love to give yourself an answer live on the show, baby. And also, speaking of, if you got some triggers tripped over the course of the next hour or so of the program, so we really get into the good stuff, maybe you want to get involved in the conversation, maybe you got an additional question, maybe you got some more perspective to share on something that we're saying, because boy, oh boy, this is a good one this morning. If so, jump in the live chat, because if you don't know, you won't know. But for the third and final segment of the show, we dive into the live chat and we see what you've been saying all morning long. So make sure you get up in there if something is tripping your trigger or got your gears going. Because, my friends, it is officially time to get into the first segment of the day. It's time to get that mindset adjusted and ready to cut through some obstacles and turn them into opportunities. Get that mindset right so you don't look at it as a loss, but rather a lesson. And get yourself in the right direction so those trials and tribulations are not that, but simply triumphs. and whatever you thought was going to be a failure, a brand new chance for you to flourish. If you're not thinking that way, I promise you will after this opening segment, baby, as we get into your sharpening session. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back on Forge and Fuel, episode 648. Nope, 647. Let me cross that out because I didn't do that on my agenda. My goofy ass. Sorry. 647 here on January the 15th, 2025. I got that right. I hope you've been coming alive, but if not, hey, we got plenty more show coming your way. And this morning, our opening topic of the day is the secret that beats all the rest. The secret that beats all the rest. So, One, we've talked about a lot of secrets. We've talked about a lot of things in the past.
They weren't really secrets. I just don't think people knew about them.
Well, yeah. But that kind of constitutes as a secret, no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So now they're kind of not a secret anymore, but kind of still a secret. But this one here, not enough people talk about this secret, One. And, I realized that we talk about it almost every doggone day, but never we have really mentioned this word. And, I read this book that I'm going to reference on the show here. And I thought, wow, what a thought that is. So, my friends, the secret that beats all the rest when it comes to being on the consistent, persistent pursuit towards whatever your definition of success is enthusiasm. That's right, my friends, enthusiasm. We're talking about it this morning, and right off the bat, what do we talk about all the time? What do you want to be? Do you want to be a Tigger, bouncing around through life? The wonderful thing about Tigger's a wonderful thing. Their butts are made of rubber, their tails are made of spring. Or do you want to be like an Eeyore, coming in the room? Hi, everyone. Woe is me. Thanks for noticing me. Hi. Oh, goodbye. Okay. What do you want to be? Where is your level of enthusiasm for life? Because I can promise you, your level of enthusiasm for life and for your job, for your career, for your investments, for your relationships will directly determine the success of those things. Action, all these manifestation, mindset, all these things we talk about are amazing. But if you don't have enthusiasm, if you don't have the ability to get through the I don't want us, to get up when everything is inside of your body is telling you to go back to sleep, you're never going to make it anywhere. And I want to reference this book. Yes, this is a book. It is Live Enthusiastically by Dale Carnegie. And I got a few of these books, actually. And another one I'm going to be reading soon, and one I've read in the past, is Speak More Effectively. And I've actually wrote about it in the Gateway, if you're in the Gateway, and I will probably put this in here as well. I'm not even sure if you can still get your hands on these. I mean, look how old this is. This is circa like 1980, 1990 type shit. So I picked this up, and I realized just how powerful this is. And I wanted to read a couple of pieces from it. And I won't read the whole thing. If you get it, find it yourself. You can learn a little bit about Dale Carnegie and just how he got his start. But long story short, just to kind of preface it, basically he started doing just these random goofy sales, and he didn't really have anything going on in his life. And he got this. He was going to be a teacher and going to be broke and have no money. And he was going to make $2 a whole week and have to pay room and board. And then he found this sales job where he got $2 a day. And he was just, man, he was elated. But it was selling just absolute garbage. He was never going to sell, especially in the territory he was in. And then he just kept being enthusiastic. He just kept doing the right thing. And eventually, through many, many wild stories that are told in this short book, I mean, this is how simple it is. He basically gets to armor meets. And this is where it was. If you were an armor meat salesman back then, woo, you were somebody, baby. So he picks up and he says, whatever success I had as an armor salesman, and the title of this blurb is Enthusiasm Does the Trick. Whatever success I had as an armor salesman was due almost entirely to my enthusiasm, my eagerness to work day and night to make good. I was determined to make good no matter what the cost, because I knew that if I failed, I would have to go home and admit failure in the first real job I ever had. Besides, my work was far more interesting and far more lucrative than milking cows, shucking corn, and cleaning out the hen house on the farm where I grew up. I was so excited, I probably worked harder than anybody else in South Dakota. I had traveled on the caboose of freight trains. While the train was switching cars and unloading freight, I would run uptown, call on the butcher shops and grocery stores. I'll bet the townspeople got many a smile out of my coattail flying in the winds as I dashed back to the moving train and swung onto the platform. The wonder was that I didn't lose my grip and slip under the train. Dedicated. How about that, right? He goes on. From 100 above to 40 below. In the summer, the heat rose to over 100 on the sun-parched plains, and in the winter, the thermometer registered 40 below zero. However, I didn't know it, so I dashed down to the depot as usual, and in that 10-minute run, I froze both my ears. The wonder is that I didn't lose them. They were injured so severely that almost a half a century later, my ears pained me on a cold day, so I had to walk down the street with my hands cupped over them. Why am I telling you all this? Simply because I hope it shows that my determination to make good was so intense that nothing could stop me. He goes on. Man, this is just some real good stuff right here. Enthusiasm worked miracles for me. I regret to say that I did not inherit any great intelligence from my ancestors, but I did develop a superior enthusiasm from my mother. Is enthusiasm important in selling? Yes. Genuine, heartfelt enthusiasm is one of the most potent factors of success in almost any undertaking. Charles Schwab declared that a person can succeed at almost anything for which he or she has unlimited enthusiasm. I once interviewed Frederick Williamson on a radio program, and he said, "The longer I live, the more certain I am that enthusiasm is the little recognized secret of success. The difference in actual skill and ability and intelligence between those who succeed and those who fail is usually neither wide nor striking. But if two people are nearly equally matched, the one who is enthusiastic will find the scales tipped in his or her favor, and someone of second-rate ability with enthusiasm will often outstrip one of first-rate ability without enthusiasm." Emotional drive is what counts. This really got me. Once I heard a famous psychologist in discussing Army aptitude tests remark that IQ tests have one important shortcoming. They fail to measure emotional drive. According to IQ tests, a person with a low score is usually rated as fit for only menial jobs, while a high score is considered practically a guarantee of success. You and I know how misleading that is. I have seen people with low IQs suddenly set on fire by an idea or a new line of work. It gives them emotional drive, which sends them on to great success. And I have seen people with high IQs fail miserably over and over. Mark Twain said, "I was born excited." I was born excited. William Lyon Phelps, one of the most popular teachers in the history of Yale, said, "With me, teaching is more than an art of occupation. It is a passion. I love to teach as a painter loves to paint, as a singer loves to sing, as a poet loves to write. Before I get out of bed in the morning, I think with ardent delight of my first group of students." Whew. One of the chief reasons for success in life is the ability to maintain a daily interest in one's work, to have a chronic enthusiasm, to regard each day as important. And just a few more points. Whew. Man, Sir Edward Victor Appleton, who had been awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, was made Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh. And in an interview about enthusiasm, or if he had any recipe on success, he said, yes, enthusiasm. I rate that even ahead of my own professional skill. And a few more here from some great men you might have heard of before. Thomas A. Edison. When a man dies, if he can pass enthusiasm along to his children, he has left them in a state of incalculable value. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Every great and commanding moment in the annals of the world is the triumph of some enthusiasm. John James Audubon was the greatest naturalist that America had ever produced, and the great thing was that he passed on to the country was his bird drawings. Some of them have sold for many hundreds of thousands of dollars. He would disappear into the wilderness and be gone for months, but he would return with more wonderful drawings of these birds. And one time he came back, his trunk where he saved the birds, the drawings had been eaten away by rats. And he said, in response to this, they may have destroyed my drawings, but they have not destroyed my enthusiasm. Charles F. Kettering said, we are just coming into an era where, in every conceivable field, there are opportunities such as were never dreamed of. These opportunities will go on to men and women who have enthusiasm. Final parts. I'll leave you with this. Alexander de Severinsky, the famous aircraft designer of World War I, went up in a fighting plane on his first trip, was shot down in only few minutes and fell into the Gulf of Riga. Picked up by a Russian battleship, he was rushed to a hospital where his leg was amputated. Upon waking up from the anesthetic and became conscious, they asked him what he wanted to do. He said, "Put me back in the plane. I want to fly." Dale Carnegie finishes with, that is enthusiasm. The enthusiasm that accomplishes. But enthusiasm is more than just zest for work. It is for the whole of life and for living. If you have it, you have a priceless possession. Cherish it. Little enthusiasm will take you a hell of a long way. And enthusiasm is the secret that beats all the rest. What do you think about those bombs this morning, Swirl One?
Gee, I love that. I tell you, the enthusiasm for me, I call it the extra E. It's one of those things I always tell people when I'm training them and I'm starting them out and I'm starting to mentor people. And I do that a lot for people. And they're always asking me, how are you so excited all the time? I'm like, why? What's the alternative? What do you want me to be? How am I supposed to be, I don't know, contagious if you don't feel my energy, if you don't have my enthusiasm spill over to you? So, you know, I think about this all the time. And it's one of the things that no matter what you do in your life, if you aren't excited about your life, your goals, your team, your projects, whatever it is, then who's going to be? Who's going to do that for you? Nobody. Nobody's going to light the fire inside of you that's going to make that dream come alive. Nobody's going to light that match that makes everything out there just start winning for you. You have to be enthusiastic about everything you're doing. You know, I win because I attack everything in life with enthusiasm. I get to do things. I get to do the meeting. I get to be on this show. I get to drive 45 minutes to some place to do things. I get to go work out. These are all different ways of being enthusiastic. When I say things like that to myself, I don't get down on it. And I don't think, hey, I don't want to. There's a lot of people that would love to do that, but they don't have the opportunity. They can't for whatever reason. So if you're not enthusiastic about the things you're trying to do every single day, don't look to anybody else to try to give you any kind of energy in that. If they think that you're not excited about it, what's the reason that they should be excited for it? Why would it matter to them? Why should they follow you? Why would they buy your product? Why would they even think about listening to a word you say if you don't show any enthusiasm to what you're trying to bring, how you try to live, the things you're trying to provide? You know, many jobs that I've gotten over the years, I've gotten through enthusiasm. I know when I was trying to get one of my very first jobs that was away from where my dad did, because I always worked for my dad. He just would have me out there at the job sites and such. I remember getting into a spot where it was a temporary job. And they said, look, we're just going to need a couple people for 2 weeks. And what we're going to do is going to set up a new store. And, as you just put the store together, and then we're going to open the store at the mall, and, they're going to do their thing. Well, in that, it said, if there's anybody that shines during that time, they'll go ahead and put them in the store to go to work. Well, I didn't know any better. So what did I do? I started unloading the trucks with as much enthusiasm as possible. I unloaded more boxes. I put up more racks. I built more racks. I was there early. I was there late. I was there all the time. And the enthusiasm that I showed, I remember turning around, and the guy that was running it was like, wow, man, you are fully pumped up and excited. And I'm like, well, this is my first chance to ever have a job. This is my only opportunity to ever have something away from my father. Let me try it and see what happens. And I'll bet you what happened. You guys already know. I got hired. I started doing that, right? It's only because of the fact that I was using enthusiasm. Now, another one, meetings. I have a hard time with meetings. I have a real hard time with meetings because most of the time, the person talking is very, very smart. They have a high IQ. They know a lot of things. They're the industry expert, the industry leader. But a lot of times I'm sitting there and it's just information transfer. And the way that they're transferring it to me doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't ring to me. It doesn't grab my ear. There's no change in their voice. It's very monotone, or they don't move around much. And all of a sudden I start pulling out my device and doing what everybody else starts doing. And I start drifting off like that dog earlier inside that, looking off in the corners. That bothers me. So I always thought, man, if I ever get the opportunity to do a meeting, let me be dynamic. Let me be enthusiastic. Let me be excited about it, because I can see the person in the back over there in the corner that come in, didn't want to be in the meeting, and they're now falling asleep. Let me call on that person. Let me walk around over there and give them a high five. It's amazing what will happen when you start looking at the entire room and working the room. All of a sudden, nobody can take their eyes off of you because they don't know when they're going to get called on next, or what you're going to do next, or how it's going to come out. And you start commanding attention. That's a very important thing when you're in front of people. You got to command it, fix your posture, be dynamic, look people in the eyes, start walking around the room and realize that the people who are there because they're trying to get something out of you. Might as well make it fun. Nobody walked in there all excited. It's like going to the dentist. I don't want to do that, right? Optimism is something we talked about a while back, a couple episodes ago, if not last week. And I think that optimism is a very big key in this world for anybody who's going to be successful or is going to attain any type of goals. And I think that when you have optimism, with that comes enthusiasm, because you see things that others can't, and you see wins that others won't ever achieve. So you get excited about that because you feel like you have an edge. It is an edge. It's something that you can completely get behind and get excited about that nobody else can do. I talk about a lot of the jobs and things I've gotten from being enthusiastic. I bring up GAC. I was just the Spaces guy. I was on Spaces doing all the things, just being enthusiastic about the project, talking about it, just a community member. And all of a sudden they said, hey, bam, join the team. And it was all because I was so excited about everything in the project. And then the next thing you know, as time goes on, everything had to change and blew up and all that. And the enthusiasm that I showed was what helped me become what I am today with GAC. And that's the same enthusiasm I show every single week that I'm on the Spaces, every single week that I'm in the greens. It's because I do love this grandpa shit, right? I love this Forge and Fuel shit. I'm very enthusiastic about it. So therefore, when somebody asks me about it, I have no problem talking about it. And they can feel my enthusiasm. What it does is it creates a need to be belonging, a part of that, to become a part of that. Pardon me for that. But it's the need to become a piece of whatever you're enthusiastic about is what creates that energy and helps you to grow. So that's what we're hoping we do in here. We bring enthusiasm to every single show, me and Capp, including enough to where the neighbors are getting so mad about it. They're enthusiastic because we're enthusiastic. So all that does is help us to shine brighter.
Yeah, man. Their hate is pretty enthusiastic, so why shouldn't my positivity be even more enthusiastic? I mean, it only makes me more excited to show up. I know I'm doing the right thing. I know my energy is just that vibrant that people can't just handle being below me. Oh my goodness. I just got to beat on the ceiling. And I just love what you're talking about, man. I knew we would be on the same page with this. And I recently got through with that book, and I was kind of sitting around last night when we were kind of talking about going to dinner, and I was like, what the hell did we talk about? And I just looked over. I was like, oh, enthusiasm. That's going to be a great topic. And, kind of along the same lines of what you said, enthusiasm gets your foot in the door. Enthusiasm can make you stand out from the crowd. It can really make you, it's what we talk about. Shine so bright, they don't know what time of day it is. Go in and have the conversation with, when you're in the grocery store and you're in line, have the conversation with the clerk, have the conversation with somebody in line, hold the dough for somebody. That's enthusiasm. That's having enthusiasm for life. The last thing that Dale Carnegie says right there, it's not just enthusiasm for work. We say that is enthusiasm, the enthusiasm that accomplishes, but enthusiasm is more than just zest for work. It is for the whole of life and living. If you have it, you have a priceless possession. Cherish it. It's for every single day. Enthusiastic to get out of bed. That's why I said at the beginning, to overcome the I don't wannas. That's what overcomes the I don't wannas. That's what gets you out the door. That's what gets you noticed. It's just being enthusiastic. And so many people aren't. They're so negative. They're so down in the dumps. It's woe is me. It's just bullshit all the time now. And if you can just simply be a little enthusiastic, that's how you stand out. And man, it's not hard to do that. It's not hard to just be a little happy. We talked about it last night at dinner. Swirl goes, can't really put my finger on the people of the Chicagoland area yet. I said, but I've been here fucking 6 years and I still can't figure it out. I said, one thing, though, you notice they're not as kind and giving as us around here. We just started dying laughing because, we walked into the restaurant last night and Swirl One heads in. He attacks a group of women. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm up at the host station. What's up, ladies? How we feeling? Yeah, we got 3. I'm vibing. Deezy's in the back, just checking everything out. I mean, we came in just how we always come in everywhere, and everybody's fucking looking around in their booths like, what the fuck? We were sitting in our booths. You could see people looking at us the whole time. We went out, do our usual thing. But it's because they could feel that energy. The nobody else had that energy in the whole place. And it's just so awesome to have that enthusiasm and be surrounded by people who have that enthusiasm and just the zest for life, man. Not just zest for work, but the zest for life. And life is grand. This might be the last day we get. So let's smash some fucking tacos, have a nacho pizza, a little ceviche, bang back a couple of margs. Bruh. Hey, welcome to the Shy Land. Maybe this is the last day the Shy Land exists. Maybe the aliens invade by the time we make it home. Who's to say, who's to know? So let's enjoy this moment, man, and have some enthusiasm for it. Fuck. I love this, man. Enthusiasm keeps people engaged too. That leads on to that point as well. Enthusiasm keeps people engaged.
It does. And enthusiasm is what allows people to really look and say, man, that person's got something about them.
Bro, you're glowing.
Oh, bro, the sun.
I hadn't looked over. You're glowing, dude.
Oh, that's it right there.
Wow.
What's happening is it's coming from this side, hitting the window right there and coming directly in. I was like,
wow,
I'm going to have to get up and kind of close that down. But I'm like, whatever. I'm enthusiastic about the sun.
It's kind of a nice little look. Who's to know? I liked it. I looked over. I liked it. Looking evil.
I'm just telling you. Hey, I love the sun. I enjoy it. I'm not one that shies from it. I absolutely love being in the sun. Again, that's enthusiasm at its highest. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I walk around in the cold. I'll walk around with a smile on my face no matter what happens because I am excited about this life. I am excited about the fact that I got up this morning. I got a lot of balls in the air right now that I'm trying to figure out where they're going to land. And guess what? I'm excited about wherever it happens to happen. Whatever does come through, comes through. That's the way it's supposed to be. So I look at this life enthusiastically every day. I look at this life. I get to get up. I get to get to the gym. I get to go to work. I have a job that others would love. Like all these things. And you know what? I don't care what you do for a living. You have a job that others would love. There's people out there that would kill for your position right now, doing whatever it is that you're doing. So you have to understand that in life, if you aren't if you don't have enthusiasm, you might as well do like they said, go ahead and bury yourself now, because that's what it's going to take to keep surviving this, especially as we go forward. It ain't going to get easier.
It definitely is not. And, I've always, I kind of realized this as I was putting this together last night. That's all I've really ever had is just enthusiasm. And I've always gotten looked at as weird because of it. And, oh, too cocky or too confident or whatever, or it doesn't fit in. Or I told DZ, I said, man, I never fit in with the jocks. I never fit in with the popular kids, even though I didn't fit in with the nerds and I was an athlete. And I never fit in anywhere. So I just kind of beat to my own drum and was excited. And holy shit, I built relationships with teachers. And holy shit, when I go back home, I go into the high school and teachers see me. Holy shit, Colton Soroka, whoa, what the hell are you doing, man? I don't talk to a single person that I went to school with, any students, nobody in between, because they're not doing shit with their lives. They have no enthusiasm. They still live in a town of 1,100 people, have had a couple of kids, got their house, their life's over. Not me. No, my life's just getting started. And based off of a few conversations last night, things are going to really start picking up here sooner rather than later. Who's to say, who's to know? And I'm just enthusiastic for it. Enthusiastic. We don't say that word enough, man. And we talk about what enthusiasm is almost every single day, Swirl One. So I don't know. We got to put it on a shirt or something. Enthusiasm is what we live by, bro. And I love what you said at the beginning, the secret E or whatever you tell your employee.
Call it the extra E.
The extra E. That's some good shit.
The extra E. I've always called it the extra E because a lot of people, I would go, hey, what's the extra E? And they always say effort. And it's always effort. They'll effort. And I'm like, well, effort's cool because everybody can put in some effort. But it takes a certain type of person to put in that enthusiasm. That's the person that's going to command that room, make that dynamic presentation. That's the person everybody's going to go, I want to be like that person. All right. I would like to follow that person because if they could be that excited about it, so can I.
Hell yeah. The extra E. Woo! Great opening to the show. What a topic to get us started today. Who's to say, who's to know? Fill up your Java.
Oh, yeah.
Get you some fresh water. Yeah, that's quality right there. That's quality right there. Well, my friends, hope you enjoyed those thoughts on enthusiasm. I will be putting this in the gateway so you guys have some access to that. Maybe take a couple of pictures of a couple of the pages so you can read some of the things I read for you right there live in prime time. Who's to say, who's to know? Also, great reminder, bi-weekly networking meeting tomorrow. Going to be a hell of a meeting. Wouldn't miss out. However, we're still here on this show. Forge and Fuel, episode 647. Wonderful Wednesday morning, January the 15th, 2025. Hope you've been coming alive. Hope you're feeling good about it. Hope you're feeling great. But if not, maybe you're arriving late. Maybe you just slid in the door and you're saying, whoa. I need some perspective, some knowledge bombs like never before. Well, if so, hey, that's all good because we got plenty more show. And it's time to get into your second segment of the day. Let's get off the train and get onto the boat and surf the waves of perspective in your Reaction Refinery. Okie dokie artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time on episode 647 for your second segment of the day, your Reaction Refinery, here on January the 15th, 2025. Hope you're ready to come more alive because we got 4 fire flame clips coming your way. We're going to start off today with a young man who is a content creator, a lifter of some variety, an entrepreneur, does many things. Not going to lie, I was yesterday years old when I was made familiar with him. Shout out to JK Big Time, who sent this my way. This is one Mr. Joe Stan and his perspective on what's going to spill out.
You're holding a cup of coffee in your hand when someone bumps into you, causing you to spill coffee everywhere. Why did you spill coffee? See, a lot of you say that the reason you spilled coffee was because someone bumped into you. That's the wrong answer. The reason you spilled coffee is because that's what was in your cup. Had you had tea in your cup, you would have spilled tea. Therefore, when life bumps into you and rattles you and shakes you, and it will, what's going to spill out of you? Will it be anger? Will it be rage, self-pity, fear? Or will it be love, compassion, understanding, and hope? Whatever you fill yourself with is your choice to make. What's in your cup?
Whoo! What's in your cup, Swirl One? Damn.
It's pretty strong, and I liked what he said.
Mm.
You know, because a lot of people don't get to the root of what he's trying to say right off the bat, and they would be mad because somebody bumped something. And I always, buddy, when I have something in my hand that spills, I'm the one that apologizes. I don't care if they bump me or not. It's my fault I didn't have the lid on that damn cup. So I mean, it probably spilt on me and them. But hell, I'm prepared to wear whatever I'm drinking anyway. Let's just say that I spill things all the time. So whatever's in your cup is going to spill out. And he's absolutely correct. And it's funny. We talked about this yesterday in the green room. Like I said, I'm getting too old to fight people. That's just not that I can't fight somebody, but at this point in time, I just don't have the time or energy to deal with what comes from that. Nobody wins a fight. Nobody gets out of it in a win. I mean, even if you happen to kick his ass, whatever, he gets a good one on you. You walk to work with a shiner tomorrow. I promise everybody looks at you different. Even as Capp said, even if you won the fight, doesn't matter. They still look at you like, why are you fighting? How old are you? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, that was rage coming out. That was my ability to not be emotionally intelligent coming out right then. So what's in your cup is what's going to spill out. And if you walk around with enthusiasm and excitement and love every single day when somebody, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hey, are you okay? That was coffee. You all right? Oh yeah, I don't worry about me. Shit, I was going to wear this anyway, but I didn't want you to wear it. All of a sudden it becomes a different conversation. And now all of a sudden they look at you like, man, this guy didn't mean that, man. He really means well. He ain't trying to hurt nobody. And it just creates a better environment for everyone around you. So what is in your cup?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love that perspective from Joe Stan. That's some good stuff. What are you filling yourself with? What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you listening to? The things you visualize, the things you speak into existence. It's all what's spilling out. It's what you fill yourself with, your energy, the things you take in. And I pray for that all the time. Fill me with the right things. Fill my energy and my aura with the right things that I can give those back out into the world. Fill me with the right positive mindset that leads into the right actions and deeds. That's what I pray for. I don't pray for answers and give me this and give me that. And I want McLaren now. God, McLaren now. God, 200,000 in the bank now. Come on, God. What do you
have mine?
That ain't gonna happen. You know what, God? Give me the positive mindset to make the right moves. Fill me with the right things. Make my energy so strong and abundant that anybody can see my aura from a mile away. Let me shake the right hand, open the right door. Give me the strength to keep walking down the hallway. Those are the things that allow you to spill out good things. When shit happens, when you're walking down the hallway, you enjoy the hallway. You don't freak out. Your head doesn't pop off your body. You just kind of start laughing. You have a little enthusiasm. You enjoy it a little bit more. You enjoy the hallway. Thought that would stack on top a little bit of what we were talking about there. Shout out Joe Stan. What's going to spill out of you? The next man to join us here on the program is a legendary man who we lost not too long ago at the age of 91. A man who helped write many, many, many eclectic bangers. He is one Quincy Jones. And here this morning to tell us the best advice he's ever heard.
Advice I ever got was from Nadia Boulanger in 1957. She said, your music will never be more or less than you are a human being. And so I started to work on the human being. I'm discovering a lot of things about myself, and I'm trying now for the last 2 years to get all of the negative thoughts out of my body. Grudges, no more anger. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, that was towards the end of his life, too. talking about the last 2 years I've been working to get all the negative stuff out of my body. See how easy it is? Somebody as successful as Quincy Jones has been negative his whole life. And then he hears something in 1957 that your music will never be more or less than you are as a human being. Get the inside right and the outside follows along. Your work doesn't matter if you aren't enthusiastic about it. All the stuff we talk about summed up in a simple sentence. Your work will never be more than who you are, and it'll be less than what you're bringing to the world. Wow. If that's not some stuff to think about, that'll make you get the inside right real quick, fast, and in a hurry, Swirl One.
Buddy, just because you're successful doesn't mean that you don't have negative thoughts. As a matter of fact, many successful people, especially like that, have a ton of negative thoughts. They're approached by a lot of different people trying to push something in front of them. They have to be able to decipher what's good and what's bad. And there's always somebody trying to cross them. So I understand his ability to say, hey, I'm trying to get rid of the grudges and all that. Buddy, I tell you right now, I don't hold grudges on anybody anymore. I just know that you're not for me. So it's no grudge. There ain't no hate. I just know you're not for me. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not even mad at you about it, but you're going to go ahead and do your thing on your time around other people, not me. I'm okay with that. You can continue to be whoever you are, but that doesn't mean that that's going to fit my lifestyle. And that's what I always look at when I'm thinking about people that have wronged me in the past. Or I've always tried, and I really do. I always try to go back. And if I've wronged somebody, I go back, hey, man, I'm really sorry for that one thing I did. I've just got to tell you. And whether they remember, don't remember, or it was like something that really bothered them, it always comes out better. And that way, no matter what, I can always go back to all those situations and not feel like I'm less than. And that's the thing about it. He waited his whole life for those last couple of years so that he could try to find a way. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if my life's going to last 2 more years. I don't know if it's going to last 2 more days. So I'm doing it right now. Every day I'm trying not to hold a grudge. I'm trying, and I'm in the hallway. There's a lot of reasons I could hold grudges on people right now, but I'm trying to be the bigger person in every single way I can. Think enthusiastically about everything. And hell, I promise you, it ain't easy for anybody, including somebody like me who has the mentality who they can't be beat. They can always do better. They can always get greater and smarter and wiser and more efficient. I think that all the time. But even I get down and I have to be reminded. And if I don't have people around me that are thinking the same way or enthusiastic about their life, I'll fall into that rabbit hole too.
It ain't easy being cheesy. Holding grudges is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. Who say, who's know? Your third clip of the second segment of this fine morning show is a nice little reel. And it is a reel that features a quote, poem, somewhere in between. Not really a poem, but not really a quote. Not super long, but not really short. One of them kind of deals. It's got some nice pictures and a guy in AI voice talking about it. And it is entitled, hey, man, don't laugh at me.
I just was trying to figure out what you were saying.
I'm just me, bro. I don't know what I'm saying. Half
You're enthusiastic.
I don't know what I'm saying half the time. I'm just fucking enthusiastic. So
I just said that.
Then we're good. So this one here is entitled, Why So Serious?
Felt it when Osho said, I don't think existence wants you to be serious. I have not seen a serious tree. I have not seen a serious bird. I have not seen a serious sunrise. I have not seen a serious starry night. It seems they are all laughing in their own ways, dancing in their own ways. We may not understand it, but there is a subtle feeling that the whole existence is a celebration.
Is that not enthusiasm?
We are electrons and neutrons exploding and moving and doing all the crazy things all the time. We're constantly in motion. So it is a celebration of new life and all of those different things. And I say this all the time, I say it to people all the time. Hey, why do you take this life so serious? It's not like you're going to make it out alive. I mean, come on. You might as well have some fun while you're here. Everybody acting like at the end of this, they're going to have the serious trophy. Hey, by the way, before you die, you were the most serious, dedicated person there was for your trait. No, bro. All I care about is, did I have a good time? Did I smile a lot? Did I laugh a lot? Do people around me care? Do they know I was excited? Did I really go out there and try to live the best life I could with what hand I was given? Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely resounding yes. Why are you so serious? Why do you take things so damn tough? Why do you sit there and sulk at every single thing? It's not going to last forever. And not only that, the one thing you got to remember is this life is a celebration. I guarantee you better start celebrating it before you end up at the end of it. And just like we just said, nobody's making it out alive. So you might as well have some fun while you're here.
I've never seen a serious tree.
That's so true, though.
I've never seen a serious sunrise, serious bird. Nothing in nature is serious. Holy shit.
You ever looked at an owl?
He does kind of look a little serious.
A little serious, but even at the same time, when they put their head like this.
But even when you hear us, but even when
they put
you
their head like this, they don't look serious anymore.
Yeah, and then they start turning around and their eyes get big. And but then
have you
also,
ever seen a wet owl? No, that's not serious.
That's not serious at all.
It's
Also,
a very little bitty thing. It's not.
Well, when they also make noise, whoo, they're just looking for who is around the who bend. They don't know what's going on. So, they're not very fucking scary or anything. It's not like they're fucking coming down or on you and shit. Like, whoo. That's not a very scary bird. I'm not very serious. I feel like God gave him that sound just to make you laugh. I don't know. Oh, man, nothing is serious. So why not laugh? And that's why we start this show with the morning laugh. Laugh, cry, think. If you can do those 3 things in your day, you're going to have a full day. That's a full fucking day. And in the great words of Jim Valvano, if you can do those 3 things, it doesn't matter what else you do within the day, you accomplished something major. And if you can do that over the course of this show before 10 a.m. on the East Coast, before, goodness gracious, 7 a.m. on the Pacific Coast, you're beating 99% of people. You're way above average. You've already got a full day. You've already got the vibes. This show brings me the vibes. Sometimes I get on the show and I don't want it. And by the time I take 2 hours, an hour and a half on this show, I'm fucking fired up. I'm ready to go. First thing I get out of bed this morning, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm thinking about this. Oh, I got to make the agenda. I got to do this. I'm thinking of a million things. Oh, whoa. Let me just go take a fucking shower and then go get on Forge and Fuel, and we'll assess the damage after that. We'll see what happens. Present moment. I wasn't living by what I speak of every single day on this show. Why so serious? Slow down, moment by moment. Who's to say, who's to know? Your final clip of the day, friends, is a real good one. Real good one. Kind of even getting choked up thinking about it. And this comes from a new series out right now called The Chosen. And Mama Capp is a big fan of The Chosen. She watches a couple episodes every single night. It is a free series right now. It is by Angel Studios. And it is basically a new school story of Jesus. And he's my Jesus. And a lot of people are finding out the truth about Jesus through this. And me and Mama Capp have had some really cool conversations. And he's almost kind of like a smart ass. And he's the original red pill. And he's telling people in a way that they understand. And they're like, wait a minute. Did he just really wait? Oh, that makes sense. Wait, did he just say that to me? Hey, Jesus, wait a minute. And then they go running after him. Hold on, wait. It's so well put together. So this one here, I've started to see a few clips from it. And this one here, man, it just got me yesterday because we talk about trials and tribulations and losses and obstacles and all this shit. And why do they happen? Why do they happen? Why am I here? Why am I here? If you can know this, it'll make you get through any trial, any loss, any obstacle, anything. And it is this simple message from Jesus.
Why do you think I allow trials? I don't know. They prove the genuineness of your faith. They strengthen you. This is strengthening you.
Run it back again.
Why do you think I allow trials? I don't know. They prove the genuineness of your faith. They strengthen you. This is strengthening you.
Bro,
Fuck, you got me again.
this world, I'm through them right now. Buddy, I tell you what,
Fuck.
challenges and trials is what I completely have been doing lately. You know, I feel like I'm in a place where I haven't been in a very long time, very unsure, you know, and Cap and I kind of went tit for tat the other night, and I kind of looked at him and said, it's all relevant, man. It's all based on the same experience. I could never expect Cap to be where I'm at or understand where I'm at in my life. And I completely understand where he's at in his life because I've been there. So I know, and I understand that in life, there's going to be challenges, and they literally are asking you, do you really want what you say you want? Do you really believe you can do it? And it's not life saying you can't, but it's really life saying, if you really believe, I'm going to prove to you how hard it is. And once you get past that hard part, you're going to find how easy it is to become what you want to, once you completely give in, once your genuine energy is 100% into that product or into that thing or whatever it is you're trying to build. And I think that's what we got to remember in today's world. Our lives are being built on a daily basis. We have the opportunity to look at every trial and tribulation as an opportunity for us to thrive, for us to survive, to get better, and to take that knowledge into tomorrow so we can become stronger super soldiers than we are today, and we can attack anything that would be in our way. And every day is another chance to win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just trust in the plan. It's not your plan. And he's right there. He's right here with us, right by your side. He's just saying, do you trust me? And that's one thing I pray for every day too. God, hold my hand. Lead me, guide me, protect me. Make my path straight on your road to glory. For it is not my will, but your will be done. I don't know what I'm doing in this world, but you do. And I just trust you. I don't know anything else. And that's why all these trials and tribulations and the hard times happen. It's just to build your trust. It's just to build you as a human being, build you as a super soldier, make you stronger, make you realize that you can make it through shit and you can get to a whole new level and achieve the things that you set out for. But they don't come without heartache. They don't come without trial. They don't come without strife, blood, sweat, and tears. But that's the only life for me. A life of happiness or a life of meaning. I'm going to choose meaning every single fucking time. Your reaction refinery, my friends. 4 clips of the day. Banger after banger after banger. Shout out Joe Stan, Quincy Jones, Osho, and the wonderful Angel Studios. I am probably going to pick up The Chosen this weekend and watch a few episodes. Who's to say, who's to know if I don't get some thoughts from that? Because that show is a banger from the few clips I've seen. However, we are 20 minutes after the top of the hour, and it's time to get into the final segment of the day. See what type of triggers we've been tripping with you, the live viewer, the audience member, the chat, if you will, as those kids, those streamers call it. So, if you've had something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and you haven't shared it in the chat over the course of the show, now is your opportunity to do that, as after this transition, we will shift up on the screen, and we'll start popping those perspectives and those comments all up below us. Nah, man. As we get into your third and final segment of the day, it is your Answers from the Anvil. Okie dokie artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time for your third and final segment of the day. Your Answers from the Anvil. Here on episode 647 of Forge and Fuel, baby. January the 15th, 2025. Hope you've been coming alive. Let's get this show wrapped up for the day. It's like we got 3 shows within one show. You know,
We do.
I was just kind of realizing that. These segments are just so well put together. I don't know who puts them together, but it's like there's all 3 shows in one show. It's absolutely incredible. Who's to know? Maybe this show's going places. However, it's where we connect with you out there. You that have been enjoying the program, been putting your perspectives all live in prime time in the chat. Now is the time where DEEZYY shifts us up on the screen. Who we got out there, my guy? What type of perspective is happening? Swirl One live from the bamboo forest. Great morning. Let's
Hey, I got into that without even having the link, bro. I went and found the chat, went to the other side. And, oh, here's how it goes.
Hey, man, I apologize for that again.
No, it's okay.
I thought
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying I was being a little outside the box thinker right there.
You know, and also DWZII. If you don't ever see Swirl One in there, you know you can send it to him too. Who's to say, who's to know, my guy? But I'm not going to pass the buck. That was on me. I should have sent it, but also I just put that out in the world. Well, who's to say, who's to know? DZ was sitting there all just staring at the wall, and I rolled in, and I'm like, what? Where's Swirl? What the? Oh shit! Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out Swirl One. And Donnie live in the building. Oh yeah, we ready. Shout out Aunt Donnie. Thanks for being here with a little bit of enthusiasm live in prime time. Kelly O. Stanford, great morning. You know what? I think that's what it is. I think a lot of these people have just gained a new enthusiasm for life. I think about Kelly O. I think about Aunt Donnie. I've seen my mom and GP and Pride and Live Dog and Chris and Angel and everybody you're going to see on this screen here real soon. I think they've just gained new enthusiasm. I think that's all it is. They've just learned how to be enthusiastic.
They're reminded how great life is, and life is really grand.
Maybe this is the secret that beats them all. Maybe all of this, everything we've been doing just comes down to enthusiasm. Woo-hoo! Shout out, Kelly O. We love you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night. Same to you, Pride Stanford. Great morning. Take a look at the sky before you die, because it's the last time you will. Ooh.
Sooner or later, that's going to become true.
Woo! Shout out Pride Stanford. Great morning, my friend. Always great to see Pride live in the building. Probably covered with flour right now. Eggs caked to his forehead. Just baking the babkas left, right, and center. Shout out Mr. Stanford. The Grateful Breadheads killing the game. Mrs. Metal, one half of the Metal Crazies, with her usual daily reminder. Great morning, fam. Today's reminder: don't let self-discovery scare you. Here's a quote from Muji. Step into the fire of self-discovery. This fire will not burn you. It will only burn what you are not.
Ooh.
The chat on fire already. We ain't even got all the way into it yet. Woo! Shout out Mrs. Metal. That's some good stuff. It's not about what you're getting. It's about what you're moving away from. Wow, that's some good stuff right there. I like that quote. Man, I got to put that quote somewhere. That's a good one. Shout out Mrs. Metal. Who else we got, D's? Grammy P, live in the building. Roll out the red carpet for the queen. Great Wednesday, super soldiers. Best way to start your day here at Forge and Fuel. Let's spread that PLP. Shout out Grammy P. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. Mama Cap, Kim Jones in the building. What up, F&F crew? Ready to learn the secret that beats them all. Let's go. You got the secret, Mama Cap. You're enthusiastic for life. You've always been enthusiastic for life. Shout out to you. Jeff Oglesby, Mr. Damascus, GM. Great morning, Mr. Damascus. Hope you're having a great start to the day. Holding down Missouri for us now for the time being. Who else we got out there, D's? Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Nick's travel vlogs. Have an amazing, blessed day. You're all loved, worthy, and amazing. I'll catch the replay later as work is busy. Well, shout out to you, Nicky boy. We hope you have a great start to your day, whether you're live in here right now or you're tuned in the recording at some point in time. Shout out to all your support, sharing it out, liking, reposting, everything you do, man. We appreciate the hell out of you. G. Lou, live in the building. G. Lou, great to see you as always and your enthusiastic ass. Shout out to you, Mr. What was his name? It was Gravity. John Martinez. There it is. John Martinez. Shout out to John Martinez. Sorry, I had to sing the song to think of John Mayer. I couldn't think of his name. Shout out to John Martinez. We appreciate you, bro. Jared Albright. Great morning, everyone. Hope you're staying warm wherever you are. Yeah, we're staying a little bit warm. We were freezing our Royal Rastafarian names last night, though. Boy, oh boy. You know, you can't go to dinner and not have a few staunches, a few sticks, before the food comes. And then after we depart, you got to have a little bit of vitamin in your life. But boy, oh boy, is it fucking cold out. And it's 4 degrees right now. It's 4 fucking degrees. What the is going on? This is bullshit. Hopefully that heat wave comes through. We get back to those 40 degrees. That would be real nice. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I think we got some sun out there, though. Yeah, it looks a little sunny, though. Who's to say? Who's to know? Bella Rossi, the beautiful Mama Snow. Fantastic morning, everyone. Stay safe and warm. Right back at you, Mama Snow. And the legendary B-Rad is rad. Shout out Papa Brad. Somewhere around the house there, too. Crypto Savage live in the building. There he is. What up, guy? Back-to-back days. Great to see you, GM. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. I love that spinner hat. Spinner hat's got to be one of my favorite doggone traits on any NFT project.
I like them too.
I don't give a damn. My Robo spinner hat gack with the fisherman's vest. It just gets me down to my toes. Who's to say, who's to knows? Speaking of gack, ooh, look at the flip brim. Angel SD, Mr. Peguero live in the building. Great morning, F&F crew. What it do, Angel SD? Great to see you as always, Mr. Peguero. Shout out to you and the entire Peguero fam. We appreciate the hell out of you. Shout out Miss Marta and your beautiful sons and daughters. Mrs. Metal back live in the building. I absolutely love that you took my suggestion on the inflatable hammer idea because it absolutely makes the whole effect 10 times better. Yeah, hot damn right. Y'all are absolutely amazing. You know,
that's why the neighbors are banging their fucking brooms.
Whatever, Broomhilda, get yourself a fucking hammer and you'll be just fine. Look,
I'm just saying, that's fine.
If that doesn't tell you that Cap sees all, I didn't even respond to that comment, and I saw that comment, and I said, you know what? I got to go get me one of them bad boys. And I could have got some little bullshit hammer, some little rinky-dinky, squeaky little bullshit, whatever. I said, nah, we're going for the big bammer. I mean, I want to put a fucking hole through this desk every time I smash that subscribe button. You know what I'm talking about? Who's say, who's no? Yeah, they're probably not, but you know what? Who the fuck cares, man? It's not even that loud. It's a fucking plastic hammer on a fucking wooden top. What's the deal? I'm not jumping around. I'm not bouncing. I'm not playing loud fucking music. I'm not running fucking laps like for the last fucking 6 years that I've been in this joint that the people above me have done. Yet I never complain. Why? Because I mind my own fucking business and I stay in my own fucking lane. Thank you, Mrs. Metal, for the suggestion of the hammer. It definitely allows me to do multiple effects like that as well. Who's to say, who's to know? Get your own hammer so you can just, you know, if shit ever goes wrong at the office, you could just say, what the fuck is going on right now? And then put it back down, realize how crazy you looked, and just get back to work. Who's to say, who's to know? GG, NFT. Good morning, fam. Great morning, GG. Wow. Hey, I'm just giving people suggestions. All right, Swirl One. I'm just trying to help the people out there. Brian Live Dog Livingston. Shout out Live Dog. We had a hell of a conversation. We started our conversation, and then he had to go take a measurement that was so fucking long. It took him 8 hours to then get back to me and pick up the conversation again. I've never seen anybody measure something. So, I mean, and he did it the old way. He was like laying out pebbles and going 1 foot at it. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But it happened yesterday, and we had a great conversation. So shout out to Live Doggy Dog. We appreciate the hell out of you, big guy. Shane Harper, a.k.a. Motion. A good decision requires precision. Ooh, little perspective from the Diamond Hand Gorilla live from the gimnasio. Well, probably in the old kitchen right now, whipping up some fire flame for a little breakfast before he goes and wheels and deals and crushes the game down there in Missouri, baby. Shout out Motion. Brian Livingston, Live Dog in the building. Train your brain to inflict your motivation and gratitude on a daily basis. Inflict a little motivation and gratitude. I like that. Woo-hoo! Shout out Live Dog. What else we got out there, D's? Mama Cap, I needed this show today. Thank you for redirecting my perspective. It's what we do, Mama Bear. Shout out to everybody else who had their perspective redirected. Change your thoughts, change your life. Who's to say, who's to know? G. Lou, highly recommend listening to Most Def Speed Law. You're a big Most Def fan. Hey,
he's all right.
He's all right. I'm not the biggest Most Def guy.
I'm not a big Def fan. I mean, I've listened to him for years and years. He doesn't catch me, dude.
Yeah, maybe I'll throw that on at the gimnasio.
I'll check it. I'll peep it today. But
I also, G. Lou's our reggae guy, right? He is like reggae to the core. He's always got some new reggae. I found a new reggae song shared it with G. Lou. He ain't never heard of it before. He said, well, hot damn, this is a banger. I got to add it into my reggae playlist. I said, oh, look at me finding some heat from Mr. Reggae himself. Damn. Shout out G. Lou. We appreciate you, guy. Jared Albright, it is 3-in-1. So what I tell my friends that come in late, you can come in at any time and not feel like you're left out. The show's format is awesome. Thanks, Jared. I didn't know where that was going when I first started reading that. I appreciate you. You're amazing, man. Thanks for all your support and everything you do and always being active in the gateway. I mean, I'm just going to say it. Maybe DHMG Diamond Hand fan member number 1. I don't know. GAC member number 1. I don't know. I mean, the way Jared shows out and is always live in prime time and making posts and in the comments, and he ain't afraid to be out there. Be like Jared, man. It helps so much. We appreciate the hell out of you, Mr. Albright. Shane Harper, another little action swirl, cringes every time the Chi-Town weather gets mentions. LMFAO. Yeah, he doesn't like. You should have heard him last night, boy. Cussing up a storm in the streets of Mount Prospect. Just, what the fucking shit? This is fucking bullshit. I said, yeah, man. You know, it just starts to make you cuss and say different words. And I started, fuck. He goes, fuck you. You've lived here forever. You should be used to it. I said, I ain't fucking used to shit. This is bullshit. Hey, just as soon as you get used to it, then it goes away. You get a little bit of nice. It's summertime shy, because there's nothing like the summertime shy. I'm telling you what, it's great. And then it's all fucking cold again. So, yeah, I mean, he's just going to keep cringing for a couple more months, and then we'll be all happy again. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out Motion. JM, missed these AM motivation with you legends. Happy to be back. JM, who's JM? That's not Jay Vegas. No, that's not Jay Vegas. Who's JM? Well, shout out JM. Appreciate you. Hey, we've been here. We've been rocking and rolling. Great to see you live back in the building in the X chat. Hell yeah, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Shout out to all of you. Amazing humming beings. We appreciate the hell out of you. Oh, I thought that was a doggone soundboard. That was Swirl One getting some text. Who's to say?
It's you guys.
That ain't me.
Oh no, it's Mr. G. Lou.
That wasn't me, dude. Oh, that was a group chat.
Mr. G. Lou. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Who's say? Oh, unlucky winner.
Unlucky winner. Oh,
what's
there you
up,
go.
UW? What's up, baby? Good to see you. Fuck yeah. What's up, UW? Always great to see that in the building. Hell yeah. Shout out.
Sometimes you got to do things at the bodega so they remember you.
Who's say? Who's no?
You remember that? You know that movie. You know what he had to do. That was kind of like unlucky winner just now.
Your fucking movies did fucking stop at like 2000.
I'm telling you, I stopped paying attention to them. There's an actual reason, and I'm sure you can figure it out, but they stopped making good movies at a certain point where there was a point where literally movies turned into agenda items, and that was when I was done.
Yeah, big facts. There was, you know, my last run on movies, and I actually posted a clip of it, was that area where Paul Rudd was making his run, and it was like the movies that you definitely couldn't make anymore. The one that Role Models, the clip that I posted, and you know, Ronnie, he's like, I like your take on boobies. And he's like, Ronnie, English, my language, English, and motherfucker try to touch my hang low. Like, you can't make that shit no more. That was the best. Bruh. Those, when Step Brothers came out, Will Ferrell wasn't infected, and John C. Reilly's still a fucking dog. He cooks the liberals. But I mean, that was the sweet spot. And then after that, it just kind of got all fuck all, because those were some damn good movies, man. Like, you can't deny that area. What the hell is that other Will Ferrell movie that's funny as shit? I'm blanking right now. This happens every time on the doggone show. Who's to say, who's to know? I can't think of it. There's so many damn good movies from that era. Either way, that's your answers from the Anvil. Baby. Shout out to all you beautiful human beings live in prime time in the chat, whether you're on X, YouTube, on Rumble. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for all your support and all you do to help us keep this show going and flowing every single day. But my friends, that's all we got coming your way for this beautiful morning. Might have to do a little posting later. I got some ideas, wrote some notes out. Who's to say, who's to know? We'll give you some reminders about that, some things we got going on tonight as well. So let's get you all the way up to date and get you some reminders, some announcements, and get you on about this Wednesday. Have faith.
That's exactly what I was talking about, dude. Hey, I'm unlucky winner. It's kind of what I thought of when it was getting like, oh, black ass. I remember.
Oh, black ass. Mr. Smiley, bro. Damn, I watched that.
Change your name and then show up and expect us not to know.
Oh, Mr. Black Ass. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. That is a good point. Well, DJ Swirl One, any final thoughts, closing comments, reminders, anything in between for episode 647?
I would just remind you that you only get today. That's all you have. Be enthusiastic about what happens today. Get excited about the fact that you get off this show with a little bit of energy and ready to rock and roll. I mean, it might be 4 degrees outside, but there is a sun, so you can shine just as bright. And you know what? It's okay. You get through it. This is all just, I mean, I hate it too, but it's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. It's going to get warmer. But I tell you what, tonight, my friends, there is a show that my buddy's going to be on. You might want to check out. It is called Decoding the Divide. And my friend will be on there banging it out with all kinds of knowledge bombs, truth serum, and even some crazy glasses possibly for you to enjoy as you're watching that there fine show with DZ and Mr. Crap and Cole. So tune into that. And if you don't tune into that, that's okay. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tune in back in here, same time, same place. We'll keep it rocking. My friends, it is a great day to be alive. It's a great day to start owning whatever goal you're trying to do. Go hit the gym. Maybe drink some more water. Maybe eat something good today that you might maybe not be so mad about when you do that tomorrow. I'm going to go hit the gym right after this, get this thing going. So thanks all I got. Thanks, DZ. Appreciate everything you do today. Cap, back to you.
Shout out, Swirl One. Appreciate the hell out of you, my guy. Appreciate all your motivation, inspiration, perspectives, and good vibrations all morning long. Shout out to you. That is the first reminder. Little Decoding the Divide, live in prime time tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll be diving into some of the population control systems. Maybe we'll be talking about some sports ball tonight. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of religion. Don't know how far down that rabbit hole will go on either one of them because there is so much shit to cover. We have many, 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 many things to talk about. And if you enjoyed last week, that was only the tip of the iceberg where we really just started to get into what is the Matrix? How do they control us? How does this shit happen? And we're just going to keep exposing it little by little, show by show. So tune in and get that good red pill knowledge. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Shout out Morpheus. We appreciate the hell out of you. Also, we will remind you tomorrow, but this is a bi-weekly networking meeting week, and it is in a very important bi-weekly networking meeting week, as this meeting will be packed with tons of information in regards to DHMG, the Diamond Hand fam, the future of our network, the future of our events, so many different things. We'll be going to be covering a shitload of information, and it deals directly with you, the Diamond Hand fam. So if you haven't already and you're in the gateway, make sure you RSVP for the meeting so you can access the live room once it opens on Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. specifically. You can access from your mobile phone or your desktop, wherever you might be. And if you haven't got in the gateway, might be a hell of a time to start your 7-day free trial and see what's up on the horizon and get joined as a full-time member, baby. Outside of that, if you're looking for those links for the gateway, Mine and Shine Apparel, the GAC Pro Shop, any of our websites or social medias or anything in between, find it all in this episode's description right down there. And if you're perusing down there while you are, maybe you could hit a like. Also, maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, whatever platform you are. Maybe follow on whatever social media platform you're watching us on right now. Maybe share this show out. Maybe comment on it, maybe like it, repost it, quote post it, tell people why you tuned into it this morning. Maybe leave us a rating, maybe make your own clip and share it out. Don't be a hoe, tag the show, and then we'll share it out from our timelines, don't you know? And outside of that, just keep doing what you do, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow and make this show bigger and better for each and every one of you. Outside of that, it's all the reminders we got for you. Nothing else coming your way. All that's left to do is give you your 3 reminders, baby. Number 1, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. Number 2, even a dead fish can go with the flow. And number 3, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shut up! To each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis, we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for tuning in to Forge and Fuel this morning and every single morning that you decide to invest your time here on this fine morning program. We'll continue to pay back that investment to you, give you some high quality ROI by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. But for now, my friends, we bid thee adieu. And we thank you for being the difference, the change, setting the precedent that we want to see in this world, not only on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, but way out there on the streets. Thank you for being the super soldiers, 1%ers, and to you OGs, thanks for being the Diamond Hand fam. We'll catch you guys on the flip side tonight, decoding the divide. Maybe another show before then. Maybe a Discord, maybe a VC, maybe a group chat, maybe the gateway. Who's to say, who's to know, baby? But wherever we see you, you know you'll find a little bit of enthusiasm right there. But for now, my friends, we officially bid thee adieu, and we say unto you, peace and love.